We have UFC 223 coming up tomorrow, and this is a very interesting build on DraftKings. I think there's multiple ways you could go on DraftKings, and I'm not going to get into every single fight on this card. I'm not going to do a deep dive into this slate because, quite frankly, I am a very casual UFC fan. I listen to Joe Rogan, I listen to Luke Thomas, and they are really my barometer for UFC. But I do enjoy UFC, and I do enjoy making UFC lineups. I'm just not going to be betting a whole bunch of money on these lineups. But I still wanted to start the discussion about how to build a lineup. I am on team Nunes and Gustafsson are priced too low. You're getting Gustafsson and you're getting Nunes at minimum UFC price on DraftKings at 7K. Nobody else on this card is below 8K. So there's three ways you can go about it. And I think in a cash game, maybe this works. You take Cyborg and you take Jones and you plug them in and go contrarian elsewhere. In cash games, I think that works, but I think in GPPs, to have no exposure to Nunes and no exposure to Gustafsson is completely absurd. Because I do think the favorites, Cyborg and Jones, are going to be heavily owned. And that's an assumption that I'm making, but I'm very confident that if you go Jones and you go Cyborg, you're getting two very, very chalky picks. You could go Cyborg and Jones in cash games, but I think if you're playing GPPs and you're rostering both, I think that is the dumbest way to go. Now, do I think Nunes is going to win? No. But do I think that this fight can go the distance? Yes. If this fight goes the distance, does Nunes pay off her 7K price tag? I think so. Unless Cyborg goes out there and embarrasses Nunes in the first round, then I think Nunes pays off her price tag at 7K. I think if it goes the distance, which I think it will, I think she can score you 20 to 25 DraftKings points and pay off that price tag. Do I believe Nunes will win you a slate? No. Do I believe she will lose you a slate? No. I think she's going to do enough, land enough, significant strikes to pay off that price tag. Even without the win bonus, I think 7K is too low for Gustafsson and Nunes. Because I still think they go the distance and they do enough. And then paying them gives you leverage. I would rather pay up for Hall against Penn than pay up for Cyborg against Nunes. Now you could go uber contrarian and play Gustafsson and Nunes. I don't think that's the answer. I think you could go Jones and Nunes or Cyborg and Gustafsson. I think selecting one of the two is the optimal way to go. Take the chalk on one, fade the other, and then build your lineup from there. Or if you think a lot of people are going to be on the main and co-main event, you can fade the co-main event and main event altogether and just pick guys like Latifi and insert them into your lineup. I think that works. That works too. But I think going chalk on the favorites, A, is very restrictive to how you build the rest of your lineup. I wouldn't put my egg into the basket of the two favorites. And B is going to be extremely chalky. I think this is the time where you go against Vegas and you play somebody like Nunez, play someone like Gustafson, leverage the field, save some money, and get good production. Because I think a lot of people are going to make the mistake of picking the favorites. This isn't straight one-on-one betting here. This is DraftKings. It's different. And I think the two underdogs in this co-main event and the main event, priced at $7K, is way too low. And I plan on leveraging that. I plan on getting Nunez and Gustafson into 10% of my lineups. And maybe they catch wind and maybe they win. But even if they don't win, I still think they hit value. So that's my mindset going into UFC 223. I would love to know what you think in the comment section below. Agree, disagree? Let me know. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike it, give it a thumbs down. And I'll see you on the next one.